for those of you that are on Twitter, in the wrestling community wise, and you follow certain people, um, I don't know if you know them or familiar with them, but the wrestling club.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are not familiar with them, but
Everybody's wearing their hoodies these days, it seems.
right, great concept. Love the idea. Um, it's a and goddamn internet is not working right now to where I can pull it up so I can look at it. But anyways, the wrestling club is a group of kids at school that was started by a teacher, and they formed a club about pro wrestling, about wrestling. They watch matches, discuss stuff, everything else. They've picked up steam. They've gotten over on the internet. It's a great idea. You know, anything to bring kids and get kids engaged in whatever it is, whether it's there we go. Thank you, Taekwon. I couldn't think of. Yep, Victor Taylor Perry is the teacher. Awesome idea, awesome concept. Love it. Kids are fantastic. The excitement, the energy level that they bring whenever they put the clips out of them watching matches and shows, and it's really great. Well, one of the concepts that he had them do was to come up with their own promotion and then book a pay-per-view, right? They could draft any wrestlers they wanted from any promotion, make their own promotion, put a match together, everything else. One of the students stood out based off of their submission that they did, and as soon as I can get it to load, but basically, this student literally had to draft, booked his entire roster, booked a pay-per-view, gave storyline and stipulations for the matches on the pay-per-view, and then gave storyline for the pay-per-view itself afterwards, moving forward into the next event. Right? It was tremendous. Like, if this pay-per-view would go on sale for $50, I would buy it. It was unbelievable what he did. So here we go. The promotion was called Fight for Glory. Okay. And I'm not going to run through all the roster and everything else. I'll retweet it online. So if you want to look at what they had as far as the roster and who their champions were and everything else. But let me just rattle off these matches that this student came up with. So for the United States Championship match, he had Darby Allin versus Hook in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Hardcore Rules match, Red Velvet versus Rhea Ripley. Men's Tag Team Championship, the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Jay White. Men's Singles match, Carl Fredericks versus Wheeler Yuta. Number one contenders match for the Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Steel cage match, Samoa Joe versus Clark Connors. 2 out of 3 falls match, Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Men's heavyweight championship match, Jon Moxley versus Roman Reigns. And then the main event of the pay-per-view would be the women's championship match, Jade Cargill versus Mercedes Moné. I'm buying that pay-per-view. Buying that pay-per-view. And then
it's like, I'm trying not to shit on this.
Your boy had help. Dad was out there marking out for a minute, like, hey, you right here.
Wait, you think this is legit? Who knows? You don't think he came up with the submission?
How are these kids?
I want to say they're maybe in, I don't know, 5th, 6th grade, maybe.
Oh no 6th graders pull no Chris Bay out the pocket.
But that club, they literally watch.
Oh, they do watch. Yeah, they do. Okay,
everything from all the promotions, and they go back into history and everything else. So it's not just current day product that they're watching. I mean, the match breakdown that they watch on a weekly basis gets sent out every week, and some of these matches, I'm like, damn, can I join the wrestling club? Like, I would love to sit there and watch these matches with them. Like,
Chris, don't say that, Ty. Chris, don't say that.
But shout out to them.
Do they meet every day? Like, do they watch wrestling after school every day, or is it like a once a week club?
It is I believe they do meet daily.
Okay. I was gonna say that's the only way you could watch everything.
Yeah. I wish we had that option as kids.
Yeah,
right? It's a great idea.
And then doesn't what is it? Point Park? Not Point Park. Duquesne.
RMU.
RMU has a program.
Yeah.
Well, they could lead into that. It's a good start.
Like where like Stephanie McMahon comes in or like has dialed in and talked with them and everything. It's like I think she's still on the board too, but yeah, like That's crazy.
Yeah, they had
wasn't there whenever I went there, but
yeah. And they've had different wrestlers visit the class and everything else. Ospreay was on an interview with a hoodie on. Like, I love the awareness and the attention that they're getting because it's all for a positive message, and it's showing what really wrestling can do as far as engagement, excitement, and getting people to come together to just enjoy wrestling for wrestling's sake, because those kids love wrestling. It doesn't matter what product they're watching. They're not picking WWE over AEW or New Japan over Pro Wrestling Guerrilla or Rev Pro. You know what I mean? They're just enthralled and love watching wrestling. And the pop they gave when Cody won the Rumble was tremendous. Like, so I'm here for all them. Shout out to them. Shout out to Victor for starting that. Great idea, great concept. Kudos to you. Keep doing your thing with them kids and keeping them engaged. So awesome.
Perhaps to your creativity and your imagination.
I think we'll see more of this, because I guarantee every person that's in wrestling right now is probably, and like just what you said, Jason, wishes they had this whenever they were younger. And I think at some point, 20 years from now, when we're seeing that new generation of talent coming through, they'll all be talking about how their love for professional wrestling started in their wrestling club at school or in their community or something like that.
It'd be dope because. Go ahead, Donald.
I said, trust me. Back then, we booked a better event for WrestleMania 9 than what Vince gave us.
Very true. Very true.